Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am doing a voiceover today because I'm a little sick, which is why my voice is a little hoarse. But I wanted to go over my makeup collection. So this is a layout of all my makeup and we're going to talk about it.
The first item in my collection is the first item in my collection is this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It's really good. It's the only primer I have. I don't tend to wear a lot of primer, which is why I only need one. I believe it works, but I don't think it's necessary. If I run out, I won't be in a rush to repurchase. It is good. It's just I'm not really that much into primer. I don't think it's necessary for my makeup routine, but I do like it. Moving right along, this is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is it's like a, what is it, tint, skin tint. The shade is a little off, so I can't really wear it on its own, but I do wear it under my makeup for like a glow, and it's really nice. I like it. I think I'll really enjoy it in the summer, but for now I like it. It's good. It's still new in my collection, so I'm trying to figure out how to wear it. So far I mostly wear it under my makeup. I'm still trying it out. Yeah, so that's it, and there's only one. Next in my collection is foundation by NARS. This is, I believe, the Radiant. Yeah. Oh, what happened? This is the Natural Radiance. I don't know if you can see, Natural Radiant Longwear. This is really good. What I will say is, if you are an oily skin babe, avoid this, because it will, when they say radiant, they mean radiant. It will leave your skin very like glowy and radiant. So if you're not really into that look, or if you're already oily, I would recommend to stay far away from this, or just make sure you have like a really good base routine where you can, you know, take off some of the shine, because it can get pretty shiny. I like it because I like glowy makeup, but if you may not, if you're not into that look, just be warned. Probably try it out. Go to Sephora, get a sample, try it out, see if you like it. The shade is excellent though. I love it. It's Marquise. I am almost out, so if I run out, I'll probably repurchase, but not right away. I do want to try other foundations, but I really do like this. It's my only foundation in my collection. Okay, next, concealers. So I have two concealers. The first is Too Faced Born This Way concealer. As you can see, I'm almost out. This is in the shade Chai, and I use this actually more as a foundation corrector because it's close to my skin color. I don't use it for brightening. It's just more so days I don't want to wear foundation, or just if I want light coverage, spotting, I use this. And then I have my NARS Creamy Radiance. This I use for under eye brightenings. So these two are a must. I've been using these, specifically these brands, for years, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I have tried other concealers, but I always come back to these two for some reason. If you know any concealers that you think work just as great or even better, let me know. But yeah, these two are really, really good. Okay, we're moving along. This is bronzer. It's my Sephora bronzer. I think if I can get it open. This is actually new. I just, oh, so as you can see, this is a little bit new. I ran out of my LYS Beauty. So this is, I just started using this not too long ago. It's in the shade Mykonos. I really enjoy this bronzer. This is probably like my third. This is probably like my third repurchase of this. This is contour, or it's a concealer, but I use it as a contour. This is LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Truffle. So the color is Truffle, and it's a concealer, but I use it to contour. It's very pigmented. A little goes a long way. I've had this specific tube for like 2 years now maybe, and it's still going strong because you only need a little and it works wonders. So this is what I use to contour, and then my Sephora for bronzer. All right, next we're gonna go to, all right, next we have powders, and I have quite a few. As you can see, I have about 5 powders. Start from the top. This is Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna try to be careful with this because these, oh, hold on. These tend to break if you're not careful. I've broken like two of these, so I don't want to do that again because I don't want to break this because it's quite expensive. But it's Charlotte Tilbury, as you can see, is the pressed powder. Very nice finish. This is number 3 tan. All over my face to finish my makeup. Ooh, there I am. It's really good, and I really like it. I will repurchase. Next is the Kosas powder. This is in the shade, I believe, Silky. Yeah, so the shade is Silky, and it's actually, this is another one that's very delicate if you're not careful with breaks. I don't know why Kosas, with all their products, like this is probably my 2nd or 3rd powder, and it always like malfunctions somehow. Like, let me show you, this powder is already broken. You see that? Like, why does this always happen with Kosas? Can someone please answer? But anyways, this is a baked powder. I really like it. The shade is, as you can see, it's a little bit dark. So I actually use it sometimes to bronze, but it's more, it becomes my perfect shade in the summer. For now, it's a little bit too dark, but once summertime rolls around, it becomes my perfect shade. I really like this powder. It can get powdery very quick if you're not careful, so I use a light hand with this, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury I can use heavy hand and it won't be powdery. So just be careful with the Kosas one. All right, number 3. So this actually says elf, but it's technically my patrickstarr powder. Let me actually go and get it one moment. All right, I am back, and as you can see, so this is the One Size powder by patrickstarr. Really like this powder, but I hate like how the container, yeah, it's just hard to get products out. So That is why I switched it and I put it in. Oh my gosh, I put it in my elf. Hello, my cat is here. Put in my elf container, so it's not actual elf, it's patrickstarr. But yeah, so this is, just pretend this is the patrickstarr one, but it's in an elf container. All right, okay, last two for powders. Huda Beauty, this is their full filter. I have two shades. These are the mini. I really like the mini because it lasts. I've had these for like almost a year and they're still going strong. And I use it every time I do my makeup, so that's pretty good. I have the shade Kunafa, which is a very yellow shade. So if you are dark or you just really want like a super bright yellowy shade, Kunafa is the way to go. Hi, baby girl. And then this is Banana Bread, which is also has yellow, but it's not as yellow as Kunafa. So these are my two Huda Beauty powders. So altogether I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powders. Next we're going to blush, and I'm a little embarrassed to say I have a lot of blushes, so I'm gonna try and go through all of them quickly. But remember, we listen and we don't judge, okay? Starting from the top, this is from Sephora. I don't know if anyone remembers, back in the day Sephora used to do like these color of the year shades with Pantone. So this is a blush set, and it's Pantone. This is Rust Luster, so I think that was the shade of the year, color of the year, with Pantone and Sephora. We have 3 different colors: Bridal Rose, Spanish Villa, and Radiant Orchid. I really like this palette. I've had it probably, probably 10 years now, but I really like it, and I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it anytime soon. It still works, it doesn't smell, it's not bad, and it's one of those things where you can't get anymore, so I would like to keep it and use it as long as I possibly can. Okay. Next, we have Fenty Beauty. This is actually a highlighter set, but I use it as a blush. It's these are the shades: Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset. As you can see, it says Kilowatt Foil. So these are her highlighters, Kilowatt. But I really like it as blush. I just feel like these shades, I don't know about you, but I'm not wearing orange highlighter or pink highlighter, but as a blush, beautiful, especially in the summer, because they are meant to be highlighter. It's sheer, so you can wear it and not look like a clown, but it is a highlighter, which means it's glowy. So if you do wear it as a blush like I do, just be mindful of that. But I really love these shades, especially in the summer. The orange is so beautiful and the pink is so beautiful, but together they're so beautiful as well. They're also good separate. But yeah, this is Fenty Beauty. Next we have NYX Buttermelt Blush, and this is in the shade Butter with Time. That's so cute, I love the name. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh, I should have just opened all of these to make my life easier. It's okay, we'll learn. Okay, so this is the shade, very beautiful, and it's very pigmented. I love it. A little goes a long way. It's a pink shade, as you can see, and it has a little bit of sheen, but not too much. Next we have NARS Orgasm. This is the blush in Orgasm. I think by now everyone knows what this shade looks like. It's a pink shade. To be honest, it's not my favorite, but it works. I keep it around mostly because I don't have any like light shades, but it's really not my favorite. All right, moving along, we have LYS Beauty. These are their cream blush. This was actually a limited edition sets. I think there was 3 that came in it. I gave one, I believe, to my sister, I think, or my friend. I don't remember, but there was 3 of them. This is Empower. Yes, so this is the shade Empower. It's a really dark brick color. Next we have, this is the shade Unforgettable. So this is more of a peachy tone. I really like this shade, and I like this too. I feel like they're both very, the LYS formula is very pigmented, so if you are, a little goes a long way. Okay, next in the cream blush we have Milani. This is their cream blush in Coral Crush. As you can see, it's a beautiful color, very buildable, so even though it's not like super intense, you can build it up for a beautiful color. Yeah, so I like that color. This by Milani, Coral Crush. Okay, next, this is a brand that no longer exists. This is Becca, and this is the shade, this is their like blush, what's it called? Blushed Cupper. So this is a very beautiful blush. I like searched to try to find it. This is very, I want to show this one because this is probably my all-time favorite blush. Look at this. Look at the swatch on that. Isn't that beautiful? It looks almost like a eyeshadow, but it's a blush. It's so beautiful, especially in the summer. Oh my gosh, you'll be glowing from, I don't even know, but yeah. So, but yeah, so that's my favorite blush, and it's by a brand that no longer exists. If, as you can see, I have dropped this blush like 2-3 times. It's so delicate. You have to, I can't travel with it anymore because it's easily broken, which sucks, but it's so beautiful. Okay, next, this is by Makeup Forever. Next is by Makeup Forever, and this is their very bright orange blush, but it's called, what is it called? Seconds, no. It doesn't have a color. I guess 515 is the shade number, and it's very beautiful. I am obsessed with this blush color. I've had it for years now, and it still works. This was like back, like probably 10 years. Back before cream blushes were even a thing. They had this shade. Can you believe it? It's so good, so pigmented. a little goes a long way, which is why I've had it for like probably 10 years and it's still creamy. And I'm probably never gonna get rid of it until I finish it, and then I'll try and find a replacement, but it's really good. Another one I've had in my collection for a bajillion years. This is by ColourPop. This is a shade called Sticky Sweet. If you know anything about ColourPop, then you know their Super Shock is very intense and they last a very long time. You think because it's such a small container, oh, it'll be done fast. No, 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 don't be fooled. These last forever. I've had this for so as you can see, I've had this for a very long time, but it's still very good. The last two blushes in my collection are by e.l.f. and it's their liquid blush, the Camo liquid blush. The orange one, as you can tell, I have a thing for orange. I love orange blushes, but this one is called, what is it called? It's very tiny. Can I read it? Oh, Gorge Orange. That's the shade. I love that. Gorge. So that's the orange. And then the pink, bright pink. This one is called... coming in hot pink. So yeah, these are from e.l.f. Really good. Really good and very pigmented. All right, this is another item from the long gone Becca brand. This is a highlighter there, and no, it's not champagne toast, it is topaz. If I can get it open, this is the shade topaz. This is probably like my second one. I've bought this highlighter so many times. I gave one to my friend, one to my sister. It's in the shade topaz, as you can see. Very beautiful gold bronzy shade. Perfect for summer. I love it. Next, we have two liquid highlighters from Sephora. One is a pinky. The first is a pinky shade. It's called Solstice. And then this one, the more bronzy shade, is called Eclipse. I use both of these. The pink I use more. Oh my gosh. Hello. All right. It seems that my cat does not want to go away. So we'll just have to work around her. As I was saying, I use the bronze more in the summer, and then the pinky shade I use like every day, winter, spring, fall. Yeah. And then next, this is a highlighter by Artist Couture and Jackie Aina. Two different shades, La Peach and La Bronze. La Peach is more of a, let me open them. As you can see, this is the bronze. The bronze is more golden, more if you have a darker skin, bronzy shade, and then the peach is like a regular highlighty peachy shade. I use both. Sometimes I mix them both together. Sometimes I wear them by themselves. La Bronze is a little bit too dark by itself, except in the summer. In the summer I can wear it by itself, but during the every day I use it. When I wear it, I try to be very careful because it can come off really dark. Highlighter in my collection, this is by Colourpop Super Shock, and this is in the shade Wisp. As you can see, it's a champagne color. This lasts a very long time. I've had it for so long. Look at this diva just laying there. Okay, we move. Let me close these up. Okay, the next, these are a little bit boring, so I'll go through them quick. These are both eyebrow products. So these are both eyebrow gels. So this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's a clear brow gel. And then this is also another clear brow gel. It's a 24-hour brow setter by Benefit Cosmetics. For eyeshadow primer, I have this Prime Lock Like a Boss eyeshadow by Essence. To be honest, I don't really know if it does anything, but I have it and I use it, so I don't know if it makes a difference because I typically don't have a problem with eyeshadow lasting on me, so not sure if it works, but I still use it. This is another one. This one I've had for like so long. As you can see, all the writing has worn off. This was originally by BH Cosmetics, and it's a eyeshadow primer. This is more for glitter because it's sticky, so it's if you want to put on glitter or yeah, a shiny eyeshadow. Right along we have mascara. I have two right here. This is by Essence, and it's a brown mascara. I use it every day. It's lengthening, so if you are looking for length, this works. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is more volumizing, mostly wear for going out, whereas the Essence I wear for like everyday look. So sometimes I mix these two shades. I have one eyeliner, and this is a Super Shock. It's blue. I thought I had another one that was pink, but I can't find it, so just this blue by LA Color. It's a Shockwave Neon. Okay, for single eyeshadows, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8, and they're all from Colourpop. These are their Super Shock eyeshadows. I really love them. I've had them for years. Not these specific ones, but I have had these for years. And they're Super Shock. Alright guys, this is my favorite part of makeup. I went ahead and opened all of them, but these are my current eyeshadow. Look at that. So we'll start bottom up this time. So this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills and X Jackie Aina. Anastasia Beverly Hills X Jackie Aina. This was a limited edition, so it's no longer in stock, but it's so beautiful. This is what the front looks like, and then the back just goes over ingredients and all that boring things. But if you like turn the palette, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like glistening. So pretty. I love it. But yeah, this is ABH X Jackie Aina. Next, this is by Urbandecay, and it's their On the Run palette. I believe this is no longer in stock, but I really like this shade. It's like perfect. This side is my favorite side because it's like warm, these are shades I tend to wear. As we go more to the right, these are the shades I tend to avoid, but they're still beautiful. These are more cool tone, and then this is more warm tone. I'll tell you my favorite. Actually, let me go back to Jackie Aina. From the Jackie Aina palette, my favorite shade is this one, Wiggly's. It's so beautiful. I love it. I also love Shookington, but I think Wiggly's is my favorite. I tend to like brick red fiery shades. So yeah, big wig. I don't think I ever used that shade. As you can see, it's like almost untouched. But Wiggly's I used a lot. Zam I used a lot. I used Shookington. Dwala's sponsored. Yeah, Wiggly's is my absolute favorite. Look at that. Like, what? Okay. For the Underrun palette, can you guess what my favorite shade is? I really like Ignite. Ignite is one of my favorites. And Accelerates, Double Life, and Baja. I think Baja is one of my favorites as well. Smug. There we go. Smug was my favorite shade in the Urban Decay Naked palette. So these are my, this is Underrun by Urban Decay. Next, this is a Z palette that I made. So these are some single shadows from ColourPop, ABH. So I believe this is ColourPop, yeah. So this is ColourPop, but then there's, this one is from Sephora. These are mostly from ColourPop. And yeah, these are all my single shadow. Some of these I took out of a palette that I owned and put it in here. So I'll show you when we get there. But this is my single eyeshadow palette. Next, we have my natashadenona Love palettes. This was a Valentine's Day palette a few years ago. Very beautiful, pretty. I really love all of these shades. It's like shades I love to wear. I would say my favorite shade, I like Pure Love, Given. I also like Lifetime and Passion. But I think Heart has to be like my favorite, because how often do you see a red eyeshadow like that? It's so nice. I love that shade. So Heart is my favorite shade. I also like Heartbeat. What I like, I actually like using these as blush, like these reddish tone. So Intense and Soul. I love it. The only shade I don't use as much is First and Valentine, but everything else I love. Next, this is from Juviasplace, and it's the Warrior palette. As you can see, it's a ginormous palette. I love it. I dropped this shade right here, which I was very sad. I almost contemplated buying a whole new palette just for that shade, but I'm not going to. At least not yet. But yeah, this is my favorite palette. I know I said all those other ones were my favorite, but this is actually my, when I travel, this is, if I can only bring one palette, it's this one, because it's like my go-to shades. I use this for my eyeshadow, this dark brown color right here. I use it for eyeshadow. This I use as my translucent shade, and then usually I wear these two as my shades on my lid. If I want to mix it up, then sometimes I'll go with like these ones. And then this one in the center is usually my inner corner shade. Yeah, the only shade I don't really use as much is this one, but this whole palette I use almost every shade. It's so good. Next is this Dream Street palette from Kathleen Lights, or Colourpop x Kathleen Lights. As you can see, this palette is somewhat naked. That's because it's missing some shade. I took out some shades from this palette that I don't wear as much, or I just didn't like. I believe I dropped this one. It fell, but the rest I think this one fell, but the rest I think I took out. I really like this shade. It's a brick color. I really like that shade. I really like this shade as well. The rest I don't use as much. This is not how it originally was. I believe I changed the setup. This is not the original setup. I changed it up. I just didn't really like how it was looking. So this is how it looks now, and I kind of like it because these are shades I'll actually wear. The Mermaid Boy I don't wear as much, but I also don't have many blues in my collection, which is why I kept it. Look at this. This is so pretty. This is from Juviasplace, and it's my Nubian shade. And then this is another from Juviasplace. It's their berry shade. Yep. All right, so the rest of these I'm gonna go through very quickly. These are my lip liners. There's about 5. I'm missing one. I couldn't find it, but I have one more, which will make it 6. I have 2 lippies from Colourpop. There are 11 lipsticks, 4 from Sephora, 4 from MAC, and then the rest are miscellaneous. They're all individual. We have Pat McGrath, Urbandecay, Give by Gwen Stefani, and Charlotte Tilbury. And 2 lip glosses from Fenty. Last but not the least, we have setting sprays, and I have 4 setting sprays, 2 large, 2 minis, and these are basically dupes of each other.